What's up, guys? So, in this video, I'm going to be talking about the spiritual side to self mastery and mental mastery. And what I really mean by spiritual side, for at least the context of this video, is connecting with and identifying with and discovering that invisible side of life that can only be experiential for each and every independent person as compared to the physical side. And so, just to hop right into things, the physical side is what you normally do and what you normally see and what you normally read about when it comes to personal development or spirituality. And really, it's anything that you take action on, whether it's mentally or whether it's internally or externally. So things like journaling, um, meditating is kind of half and half, but journaling, um, just taking different types of action, affirming, reading, doing some type of like morning routine, identifying your thoughts, um, anything else that's in that kind of category where you're doing something other than basically meditating. And the specific type of meditation and the specific type of invisible side of life comes with what's called self inquiry. And when I say self inquiry, it's not asking yourself about who you are or asking yourself questions about what you do and your personality or anything else like that. Self inquiry is a topic and it's a subject in non duality. And it basically means, or the process of self inquiry is basically inquiring or questioning and discovering what that experience, what the experience is behind everything you experience. So, some things that I can tell you to kind of point you in the right direction, because no real words can really tell you exactly what it is, but they can only point you and help you kind of notice and experience what it is. And so, to help you out, basically, you can ask yourself, what is it that is experiencing each of my five senses? That's something that I always ask myself to point me in the right direction. So, yes, you can feel, touch, see, taste, and hear things, but what is it that input is being identified by? So, you do feel touch, you are able to identify touch, but what is it that is identifying that? What is it that's identifying that hearing? What is it that's identifying that taste? And what is it that's identifying that smell? Okay. And most people will think of an answer, or the brain will think of an answer and produce something automatically along the lines of, well, along the lines of two things. They'll probably say, well, it's my brain, or well, it's me. And I'll talk about the brain part first. So when you say it's my brain, you can go deeper than that. And one example, another pointer that you can use is looking at your thoughts and looking at your inner voice. Okay. So when you look at either one of those, there is something behind it that is experiencing or looking at that. Okay. And so what I mean by that is, for example, just say your name in your head right now. My name is Keith. Okay. So Keith. And so that thought is obviously something that your brain has like produced, but there is something that is experiencing everything that the brain is processing input and output wise, such as that thought that you just had when you said your name. So hopefully that made a little bit of sense. But going into the next answer that somebody like might give when you ask them what's behind that experience of each of the five senses is me. And when you say me, it's the same thing as saying your name or looking at the thought. There's something that's behind and there's something that's experiencing you, or experiencing your body or brain saying me. And basically all that is to say that's who you truly are, and that's what you really identify with and are searching for when you're looking at and putting your faith and trust into that invisible side of personal development or self mastery, or on your spiritual path. Okay. And the more you inquire about that, just a side note, you will never be able to get to that exact thing, that exact awareness, and that exact awareness of your experience. There can only be pointers, and there can only be things that help you experience it and help you find it on a smaller level than what it really is. Okay. And so the more you inquire about that, and the more you start to identify with that and make that your dominant experience, like piece by piece, the more you are connected with what I like to call is the true essence of life, true experiential essence. And that true experiential essence is at the base of manifesting, law of attraction, law of assumption, any type of personal development thing that you go through or start to do on your own, and anything that you do in life and is responsible for everything, basically, just to put it in short. And I want to keep this video under 10 minutes. And the more you identify with that, and the more you ask questions about that, and the more you know that you aren't this body, and even you aren't even your brain. You are the awareness that is experiencing your brain and your body, and you are the awareness that is looking at all of those five sensory inputs and is looking at all of those thoughts. The more powerful you will be, the more results you'll have on your manifesting or spiritual journey, and the more or really any journey in business and spirit and relationships and everything else you put your energy into. And the more things will start to work out for you, the more synchronicities you'll start to experience, and the more you will start to experience life in a way that you are trying to experience it by doing all these personal development techniques, by doing all these manifesting techniques, and by doing all of these things that you are trying to get to in order to put yourself in a happy or peaceful or more powerful state. Doing self-inquiry is something that will get you there pretty quickly and near automatic if you are consistent with it and are doing it every day. And eventually you will get to a point where, like I said, it'll become automatic for you, and it kind of carries on throughout your day without having to meditate or constantly ask yourself questions about who you really are. Okay. So in short, if you want to experience everything you want and everything you love and are truly aligned with in life, and everything that you are trying to achieve on a faster, more aligned basis that works for you in the most perfect and honest way possible, I highly encourage you to explore self-inquiry and do self-inquiry meditations and do really a deep dive into what that is and how you can start to do that more in your life. And if you have any questions about that in particular, go ahead and DM me on Instagram, comment here, and I'll answer your questions in another video. But other than that, yeah, thank you guys for taking the time to kind of watch this short video and to discover something new about who you truly are and something new about your spiritual journey. I will probably be making more videos on this in the long run, but I just want to kind of get this up and put it on my page and make sure that you guys know that we do and I do have this part and section of myself as far as who I am as a person and our EFF Mental Mastery program. Peace.